Danny Jacobs defeats Sergio Mora in a TKO stoppage. Well, let's look at this fight in sort of a microscopic assessment. Danny Jacobs is, in my opinion, a very tough fighter, very good fighter, has great skills. To me, what frustrates me about Danny Jacobs is he makes fights harder than they have to be, in my opinion. He clearly, from round one on, had great success freezing Sergio Mora to the body. And somewhere between the middle of that fight, he seemed to negate throwing body punches. And again, I get it. Sergio Mora is a very slick fighter. He changes up the looks. He throws awkward punches. It was clear from the very beginning that Sergio Mora's technique and I want to say his approach to the fight was to try to time Jacobs in an exchange, like he ended up getting the flash knockdown in the first fight. But from like round one to round three, Sergio Mora was fucking shadow boxing. He really wasn't touching anything. He was just hitting air. Personally, I look at it. This was like a fucking train wreck, and it was a matter of time. Mora did a lot more complaining than he did actual fighting. He seemed to want to just try to frustrate Jacobs with his movement. But, at the end of the day, once he started to go at the body and he started to freeze Mora, it created opportunities for him. What's next for Danny Jacobs? Well, I don't think Andy Lee has a fight scheduled. I would like to see Danny Jacobs and Andy Lee get into the mix. I know he says he wants a Golovkin, but Golovkin's got to handle business over in the UK tomorrow. For all we know, the landscape could change after tomorrow night. Unlikely, but hey, you never know. So if I was Danny Jacobs, I do not know. If anybody can let me know, does Andy Lee have anything on schedule? I would like to see that fight. In my opinion, did Danny Jacobs prove that he's the real deal? Listen, I've always said that Danny Jacobs, after beating Peter Quillen, he showed that he was the real deal. It's now up to Danny Jacobs to make the fights happen. Period. Listen, if Triple G wants to not fight you or whatever is the situation, keep fighting top dudes at middleweight. Show that you are the real deal, Danny. It's up to Danny right now. What is Danny Jacobs willing to do? Is he willing to establish himself as the best? Like I know, you can call out Triple G all you want. At the end of the day, we already know that there's like a political machine behind Triple G in the first place. So you need to also focus on the way that you get Triple G in the ring is you basically take away his options. So if Danny Jacobs is serious about being the man at 160, then you got to fight at 160. You got to fight everybody. So it's your boy Quest X. I'm out.